We're talking about the charity summit, and we're talking about raising money. And at the last minute last night, it was a great moment when Carl Strand kicked the field goal. Maybe you could tell us about that.
Yeah, our goal was 400,000, which we will, once it's all adding up, we will surpass. But at the very end of the program, we were at 396,000, so 4,000 short, and up comes Carl Strand from behind with a pledge for $4,000 just to put us there at the 400,000 mark. And
it was cool.
It was very nice. And there are many of us who've been around for this for a while, and it was huge to make 100,000.
Yeah.
And to now be making 400,000, it just speaks. And I say this year after year, and I'm glad I do say it year after year. The giving, the community, the Sugarloaf people. It's
and we were so close.
Unbelievable.
And I was checking my wallet, and I have a lucrative television career. But I just couldn't find. I didn't have quite that much.
One show for you.
Yeah, just one show. I couldn't quite do it.
But the other thing about what we were doing last night, raising money, all the money stays in Maine.
Yeah. And that's a fantastic thing, boy. The services and what it does. And now with the Dempsey Center expanding into Portland too, that's great.
Right. So, but benefiting Maine Cancer Foundation and the Martha B. Weber.
Yeah. And what a great time last night to kick it over there with 400,000. And tell us about those chairs. I don't know what this one's worth, but maybe we can sell this one next year because the chairs were going for some big money.
Where were they from? What lift?
The old West Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where they cut it off.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the West Mountain, of course, will be opening soon.
Right.
But to make room for the new, they got rid of the old. And just like the Bucksaw chairs that I believe you said you have.
I've got one.
The double runners that are hanging up, they're going to auction off all these West Mountain chairs. And last night was number 209 and one other one that
a proud moment. People.
Yeah.
It's love it. I love to see them bidding like that. It gets you all excited. That was great. Yeah.
Steve Keenan, our auctioneer, does a great job.
And speaking of thank yous, yes, because he worked that deal like a master.
Yeah. Well, and he's a pro.
He worked that deal like a master.
Yeah.
And he got all the buyers, and then it was like caught several mackerel all at once. And
the other thing, and Steve touched on this. You come away with this feeling of community.
Yeah.
I think of Sugarloaf as a Maine small town that comes into existence every Friday night.
Yeah.
People come from all over, from Bangor, from East, and down, southern Maine. A few from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But it has this. There was such a warm feeling there last night. How many people were there?
It was about 400.
That's what I thought. I was going to say 300 or 400. It was quite a crowd.
Right. Paddles are flying. The jacket.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us the jacket.
Well, I wasn't sure of the age, but a lady came up to me and said, I was a ski teacher at Sugarloaf 18 years ago, and that was the jacket before I started.
Ooh.
My son found this at a used ski and skate sale in Portland.
I love it.
And bought it and came up, and so it belongs to Ben. He said, I can use it as long as I don't take it off the mountain. But, the hell with the senator part. Everybody last night wanted to talk about the jacket. So, it's got it's perfect turn, Sugarloaf USA.
USA, right?
It's vintage. I'm going to keep wearing it.
Fits you perfectly.
And talk about wardrobe, Steve. I don't know anyone that's got more Charity Summit shirts than you.
I've got a closet full now, 24 of them.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
fabulous.
some of them are a vest. And last night I was wearing one. Well, yesterday skiing, I was wearing one, and I who knows what year it was from.
Yeah.
But the fleeces and everything.
Now you've been doing this for a while.
24.
And rumor has
You've been here since the first one?
I have emceed every one of them since the beginning.
That's
yes.
amazing.
All
That's
24.
Now, I understand that maybe you might be entering into retirement soon from the television business. Is that a rumor true?
Word is starting to trickle out that February 29th may be my last day at Channel 8.
Ah.
So
After 30 plus?
32 years at Channel 8, 11 years at a station in Columbus before that, and 4 years
You started doing this when you were 12?
17, to be honest with you.
Is that right?
17.
I saw it when I was 6.
Yeah. No, I think since I was a senior in high school when I got my first internship at a station in Miami, and I've been doing this ever since. You know, be it sports or news or.
You and I,
what
remember
did.
we did the snowmobile
We went
thing over to
snowmobiling
Rangeley?
years. Yes.
I learned from that you don't want to be in like the 350th snowmobile in a row.
Well, it's funny you should
because
mention that. Yeah.
it gets a little bumpy.
I was a part of the Snowdio, and they were setting the record, and it was 640. I was the last one, and it was.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
It was very
There was
Yeah.
one year our guide wasn't there, so they told me, Steve.
Oh,
you've
that
done
was
this
that
before."
was the year I was there.
You were there.
And we went.
And we turned a 3-mile trip into about 47 miles because we had no idea where we're going.
We were in Conway, New Hampshire, or someplace. I mean, it was
That's a
crazy.
great story.
And then, I've got to say, I'm going along. There's this guy in front of me in blue jeans, going really slow. I'm just going. I'm ready to hit him in the back. And so we finally get up and we stop when we realize we don't know where we're going. And I pulled up, and it's Senator King.
But we made it, man.
We did, and it was a great ride.
Yeah.
It was a great ride. They were out looking for us. They had no idea where we were.
But the trail gets sort of mogully
Yeah,
as
it does
more and more
indeed.
sleds go by.
Yeah.
But it was great fun. We were out on the lake, and here we are promoting Rangeley. But you know, they made a ice merry-go-round on the lake
Yep.
cut. It was
That was cool.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and they put motors on it, and the thing circles around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's fun.
Maine in the wintertime. You can do anything to have fun. You know.
So we want to thank some more people. Last night, all the staff, Sugarloaf did a great job there. Tasty treats. I know you were a big fan of the lobster.
Holy moly, that was some, last year we switched gears. Instead of a full dinner, we went to heavy hors d'oeuvres, and which I think works out well. But boy, whoever made the bacon wrapped Gouda was excellent. The lobster fritters, they were good. I mean, it was worth the price.
By the way, the governor was there. I don't know if you noticed.
I did happen to notice
Did you
that.
notice?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I grabbed her name tag. I texted her and said, "Why don't you come on up? I know I'm the draw, but Patrick Dempsey will be here too."
Yeah.
And she said, "Okay." So she was there,
There-
sitting with Patrick.
I was walking back with a couple last night that I had just met back to the parking lot last night, and they told me this great story of Patrick with Carl Strand, Four Grand Strand, and Crusher, and the top management here at Sugarloaf. And they're walking with Patrick, and they get to the beach area, and then everyone turns and looks at them. And Carl turns around to Crusher and goes, "You get used to it after a while."
Yeah. Who's that guy with Carl Strand, right?
It was just a great story. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we'll keep you just for a minute more.